Hello everyone and welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. So it finishes Newcastle 1, West Ham 1. Now a disappointing result for Newcastle. That does mean that Man United do have an advantage on us, but we still remain in the top 4 points clear of Tottenham as they face Manchester City tomorrow. So overall a disappointing result, but we still haven't lost a game, which is good. You know, we're not losing games. But anyway, in the first minute, Newcastle go and scored.
Great finish by Willock. Great
scored,
finish by him. Yeah.
And then as VAR were checking it and Almiron, it was just out. Only just. It was very, very close, but it was just out. So unfortunately, that goal got disallowed. But I think it definitely was out.
The ball was clearly over the line.
You could clearly see that it was over the line. Mm-hmm. So that's a shame for Newcastle. But then it goes off the camera and then it goes back on and Wilson's through on goal and he just slots it in. And I got a massive shock because they didn't even have time to show you what had happened.
It was a great through ball, wasn't it?
It went kick by Pope and then it was a great through ball pass and Wilson was just there, and I think it caught West Ham's defence off guard because they didn't expect that to happen. So it was a fantastic response from Newcastle there.
It was a flying start, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, and as we know, Bruno wasn't playing because he is suspended. And I think there was times in the game where if Bruno was there, I think we would have looked a bit more better in the midfield.
I think for the goal, though, it was, like you say, it was a really good ball, but Wilson got in between the two centre-halves into space. And it was a perfectly weighted pass, and he just opens his body up and hits it with his left foot. It was a great goal, but we started really fast, didn't we?
Yeah,
Newcastle, and then it went then we went a bit flat, and West Ham had a bit more possession. But I thought the Oguard, is that how you pronounce his name? I think for West Ham, the centre off was really good. He made some good headers,
he is a good
and he
player.
made a great tackle.
Newcastle actually tried to hijack his move to West Ham.
But he made a really good tackle on Wilson, because another plus point for Newcastle today was when Gordon came on. I thought he looked really good. He was very sharp. He made a great run inside and slipped the ball into Wilson, who was just about to pull the trigger and shoot. And Aguard got his foot in and made a really good time tackle.
And then West Ham go and score. Lucas Paqueta, the player who has been linked with Newcastle
Bruno's friend
before he joined West Ham. But it was poor defending.
I mean, what happens is Trippier's on the back post and he's watching Paqueta. He's not watching the ball. He's trying to block Paqueta moving, and then Paqueta moves off the back post and pulls out. And Trippier doesn't actually follow him out. He stays on the post to protect the post. Yeah. But when Paqueta gets a touch, that's when Trippier goes out. And I think in hindsight, you look at it and think I should have closed him down earlier and come off the post. But it was just unfortunate to concede. And
now, Dad, what did you think of St. Maximin's performance? Because some people were critical.
Yeah, it was a bit hit and miss. He did some good stuff, but he wasn't great, I don't think.
I don't blame him because Howe hasn't played him that much. So some people were saying, he's just doesn't look the same player as he used to be. But that's because he's not playing every single game like he used to be. So he is going to be a bit rusty. But I think Gordon will start in the next game against Bournemouth. Because I think, like my dad said, he came on, he looked impressive. You can see how quick he is. He tried to make stuff happen. And some people could say, how should have started him from the start of the game. But I just think West Ham, they came with a game plan. That's what a lot of teams will do now this season. Come to St James's Park and try and get a point. And West Ham did well to frustrate Newcastle. In the second half, after Paqueta's goal, it went a bit flat.
I thought Anderson did well when he came on.
I thought Anderson did look lively. But I thought it went a little bit flat. We were just sort of trying to break West Ham down. I think we were the better team.
I think what the problem was today was as well, he brought on Gordon, who made a difference and played well, brought on Anderson and and Murphy, they did all right. Anderson did better than Murphy, I think. But we didn't have Isaac on the bench to bring on because obviously
Bruno
he's had a
as well.
concussion. So obviously we're missing Bruno, but we didn't have that option to change. I was pleased that Wilson got his goal because I think he needs it for his confidence. But we didn't have that option to bring Isaac on, which we really needed in today's game. We could have done with him being on. But we just had to go with Wilson, didn't we? And unfortunately we couldn't get the 3 points in the end.
Yeah, so it is disappointing in terms of whether I think Newcastle will get top 4. I still think we will do, but we do need to start picking up results because really we should be beating West Ham, we should beat Bournemouth, then we'll play
next Saturday, isn't it, Bournemouth?
Liverpool, which we should beat.
Liverpool are really strong. Got beat 3-0 the day
they
after
just
Wolves,
do not look good. Some people are saying, should they sack Klopp? I don't think.
Yeah, I think the midfield struggled. They seem to the midfield's not working well at the minute for them, and so I didn't expect them to struggle so much this season, but they're having an awful time.
Now, personally, I think Newcastle have made a mistake in the January transfer window. Well, I do think we needed to go out and buy a midfielder. I think we tried to, but I think we should have just paid a lot of money to get a midfielder in my opinion. Yeah. Well, France is not really a midfielder.
Well, he's attacking midfielder, but I think they wanted an extra 5 million.
Really. We need someone who's Premier League experienced, like Onana from Everton. So I think Newcastle have made a mistake, and I think this might come to cost us because, again, some people were saying, I think we'll be winning 2-0, 3-0, but we just lack goals.
I think that's the thing. I think if we get
that's the problem.
A couple of key injuries in areas, that's where there could be an issue where we haven't got
that quality.
People
are still sort of saying when they're predicting the scores for Newcastle, I think it'll be 2-0, 3-0, but we only seem to score 1 or 2 goals every game, which isn't really good enough, if we want to win games.
Today
but
as well was
at least we're not losing.
I think today was our 10th draw, so we've drawn loads of games. I mean, we're doing brilliant and great to be in a top 4 spot, but we are drawing a lot of games. So hopefully, if we can start turning those draws into wins, but as long as we're not getting beat, we're not conceding many goals, so we'll look really solid defensively, and we'll look strong in midfield, and just missing Isaac today, unfortunately, we couldn't replace
Wilson.
Bruno as well. And Bruno, as well. He adds a bit more creativity in the pitch, doesn't he? He's very busy at what he does, and at times today I thought we could have passed the ball a little quicker. Although Joe Linton did okay, I think at times they could have moved the ball a bit quicker to help with transition.
For me, I thought our best player was Wilson because he got the goal. Willock also worked hard as well. I think Willock is really underrated by Newcastle fans. He works really hard. He's got pace on him as well. I think some people don't realise that he's actually got quite a lot of pace. That you look at the loan spell he had, and he did brilliant. I think he literally scored nearly every single game.
When he was on loan. So I thought Trippier played well today. Personally, I thought he had another good. He's Mr. Consistent, isn't he? He's just so good at what he does. He's calm, assured, and really good going forward. Great player.
So yeah.
Is that it? We're done. Okay. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Charlie Talks Football, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.